Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about point work. So a couple of weeks ago or recently I did a RAD CPD, Continued Professional Development. Now this CPD is something that as teachers we can take to continue to learn basically. And this CPD is all about point work, and in fact it's actually called point work from beginning and beyond. So the 8 hours we discuss the point work from interfoundation to advanced 2. Now I'm not going to be talking about all the point work from interfoundation to advanced 2 because there's just so much things to discuss. So today in this video only I'm going to be talking about rises on point and releves, because the rises, especially rises on point, it's in every syllabus, especially at the beginning of the bar, and also releves. So we discuss rises and releves only. So rises, this thing can happen. Now let me show you. So rise on point. So we are here, we are nice and turn out, and then as we rise, suddenly plonk, we are turned in. Yeah, one more time. Rise and then turn in. Tuck my ribbon. By the way, this video is self-edited and self-recorded, so bear with me. So how do we address this? Yeah. So firstly, don't go full out, like 180 degree with your feet, like not like that. So just bringing in, so a wide V. This is better, by the way. And the turnout is not really from your feet, 180 degree, like that. So you want the turnout from also your thigh. So the thigh is turning out and the glutes engage. Yeah, thighs turning out, glutes engage. So again, not wide 180 degree with the feet, narrow or wide V. Secondly, it's turning out from here, from your thighs, and engage your glutes. Also another thing, when you are on point, or even if you're on soft shoes, you need to, let me show you. I call this front hip lift. So like there is a hook. Let me show you. Like there is a hook and you hook here and you lift. Front hip lift. This automatically already engage my glutes, and they call it use your abs. You know, some teachers they say use your abs or engage your core. Like I find it difficult, because how do I use my abs and then suddenly you can't breathe? Or engage your core, like how do you engage your core? Where is my core? It's very difficult for younger students to have this use your abs, engage your core. So I'll just say front hip lift or a hook, like here, hook. Or automatically you are engaging your core, because suddenly from here, from sway back, you front hip lift. This motion, front hip lift, like there's a hook, means your glutes is engaged and you are quite flat here. Means your core is engaged. So I will say the word front hip lift, basically. Front hip lift or a hook. If you are wearing a belt or, yeah, front hip lift, basically. So from there, you go in stages. So you have the turnout, engage your glutes, front hip lift. You go up in stages. So for point, you go from a quarter, half, 3/4. The 3/4 is here, and then full point is there. So you go in stages and then just observe you or your students if they are turning in. And again, we quarter, half, 3/4, and full point. So from 3/4 to full point, it should not change, right? The rotation should not change. If they turn in, then get them to take off their shoes. And then they and do it with the soft shoes, your ballet shoes. So let me just demonstrate. So imagine you are here. So if you're on a soft shoes or flat shoes, you go quarter, half, the 3/4 is here, and full demi is just here, right? So again, if you are on a soft shoes, quarter, half, 3/4, and full demi point. So from the 3/4 to full demi, it should not change. 3/4 to full demi should be like this. I'm just showing you because I have my other point shoes. So if they change, then practice without point shoes. Just practice again. From 3/4 to full point there shouldn't be any movement. So once they nail that, then we can go on point. So let me go back and put on my point shoes. Just bear with me. You don't waste time watching me putting my point shoes on. We'll see. Okay, point shoes back on. So they understand from transitioning from 3/4 to full demi, they shouldn't twist. So let's go on point. So again, from quarter, half, 3/4, and then full point. Now when you are in full point, same thing, right? Keep turning out, engage your glutes, front hip lift. Keep turning out, engage your glutes, front hip lift. Also when you are in full point, keep turning out, engage your glute, front hip lift. You want to also have the hip. Imagine there is a wall here. By the way, if you start to have put your point shoes on and do everything on point, everything is magnified. So your flaws, your weaknesses, your mistakes come to surface, right? So turn out, engage glute, front hip lift. And you want to also always imagine there is a wall here. So your hip kind of meet the wall. This is important in particular when you start doing pose anavon, right? You have to go up, turn out, and front hip lift, and the hip meets that wall. So you are always up, otherwise you will fall back. Otherwise there's a tendency to go back. So we're just talking about rise today. Front hip meets the wall. Turn out, front hip lift, and there's a wall here. You're gonna imagine your hip meets the wall. So then you are quite upright. Otherwise, it might look like this, a bit back. So front hip lift and meets the wall. Okay, so that is that. Another thing is, especially when you are on point, okay, when you are on flat, even when you're on flat or on point, when you are on flats, regardless wearing point shoes or not, you want to press your pinky and this side of your feet to the floor. So you don't want to roll inwards like this. You want to press the pinky and the side so you feel you are evened on all parts of your feet. But if you are on point, you want to press the big toes and second toes rather than the pinky. Because if you think too much of the pinky, you get sickle, and this is not strong enough. So if you are on point, on the box, the big toes and second toes, you gotta feel it and press it forward, not back. But if you're on flats, regardless wearing point shoes or the flat shoes, you wanna think pressing the pinky and the side of the feet so that you are your weight's evenly distributed, so you don't roll in. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so that was rise. What about releve? So let's say releve in first position. The difference with rise and releve is releve starts from a plie, and then you releve. Yeah. So number one rule is you do not plonk. So we start in plie, do not plonk. You want to take it as if drinking from a straw. Plie and up. Number two is you want to track underneath you. So the box of the pointe shoes, it does not just stay there. It comes in a little bit where the ball of my foot, so the ball goes there, track in slightly. So plie, up. Number 3, when you come down, you have to make sure that the box goes out to where they were. And up, otherwise you're in 5th, right? But we are in releve in 1st, so the box goes out. So do not plonk, you lift like drinking from a water. Number 2, you track underneath you. Number 3, the box goes out. Plie, up and out. So that is releve in 1st. What about in 2nd? So same thing, 2nd is not that wide. It's just here, same thing, plie. Do not plonk, lift, and track underneath you. So the box comes in, plie, up, and then the box goes up. Up, box goes out. If you don't let the box goes out, you're in the wrong position, right? So plie, track underneath, box goes out. Same thing in 5th position, for example. Here, remember when you go, it tracks underneath you. This foot, right? If you're releve to a retire, number 1 is you track underneath you. 2, you draw this line, toes up to your knees. Now, not go up. So draw it up. And this foot, the supporting leg, my left, is tracking. Plie, up. So one foot is here, the other foot is up. Plie, up. So what about releve from retire like this? Same thing. Keep this thigh up and track underneath you. If you're a bit advanced and you can actually shift your weight if you want to, but I just find it harder. So you're here and then you go up and plie. So you're shifting up, plie, rather than track underneath you and keeping your weight here in the center. Okay, so that is all about rises and releves on Pointe. If there are more points that I remember, I'll make more videos, and if you like me to discuss something else within the RAD syllabus, let me know. See you guys later.